gnats, dude.
Hello, ladles, jelly spoons, and other non-binary kitchen utensils. This is the Gravy Wheels podcast, your weekly dose of the gravy. I'm your host, Franklin.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Hova.
We should really revise that weekly part of the intro to sort of just like kind of weekly.
Hey, stop. We have only missed 1 week.
Yeah, weekly until I go on vacation.
Yeah.
We all went on vacation, buddy. It was the holidays. We had a huge transition, you know? We went from 2020 to 2021, huh?
We did it, guys.
Feels the same. Not gonna lie.
Feels the same.
Rip
MF Doom.
Yep. I didn't know who that was until he died, but yep.
Are you what? No, he
That's
made
right,
us. All right, no,
I didn't know him by name. I might know.
I'm not gonna go into it. But that one hurt for me. That one hurt.
Oh, now I'm really curious. Should
No.
I did. Okay.
No, don't worry about it.
All right.
What have you guys?
Man.
What have you guys been doing as of recent?
I have been playing a lot of games in virtual reality, which is something that my son got for Christmas. Been fucking around with Super Hot, then fucking around in Darth Vader Immortal.
Have you done Beat Saber yet?
Oh yeah, I've done some Beat Saber.
Okay, all right. Because Beat Saber is fantastic, and you were one of the first people I thought of because of all the shenanigans on the guitar back in the day.
I have a long history of loving any like rhythm game, any like music game I'm super into. So yeah, I definitely had to get that.
There's some decent packs too for it.
Harmonic
like song
too
packs.
has a VR game, but they have guns on theirs instead of lightsabers. Anyway,
I'm down.
cool. I haven't played it yet, but I'll definitely check it out. I'm sure.
So let's just briefly then what did anybody get anything like really good for Christmas they want to share though? Because the VR that you bought for your son, he's really been enjoying that with your supervision. Did you get anything, Hova?
I got some Oakleys, so that was cool. I got fuck you. I got a decent amount of like cash from grandparents and stuff, so that was cool. What else did I get? I got half-pound peanut butter cups, so that's cool.
Bury the lead.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was a good Christmas.
How many me's do you think that one of those could kill?
I could kill 42 adult-size Andrews because of the amount of peanut butter.
I say that's a fair estimate.
It's probably more than that, honestly. Half a pound?
Yeah,
That's
probably.
pretty big.
Yeah, it's 2 cups. It's 1 pound altogether, but 2 cups in the package. I almost brought them up here so I could devour it during the podcast.
That's so insulting.
What about you, Franklin?
I got a couple things.
What you got? What you got going on?
I bought myself another DS5 controller for the PS5. I bought myself a year past PlayStation Now.
You to PS Now and not PS Plus?
I have both.
Okay.
But I did the cheaper thing for PS Now where I bought it all out at a year, whereas at PS Plus I decided, because it's basically PS Now, it's basically the cost of one full price new game for an entire year whenever I bought it.
Okay.
Which it was like $50. I think I got it on sale, the card on sale. So I just got that, whatever. And I already have PS Plus. Hey guys, I'm a Sony fanboy now. It's kidding. I'm on both sides of the walled garden now. I'm okay with that. Some people will only stay on one side of the walled garden. I want to be in everybody's garden. That's the type of honeybee and butterfly I am.
I stay the fuck out of gardens, personally.
Except for that one time.
I was talking to my buddy today, and I was like, honestly, if I were talking to somebody who wanted to get a new console, who like had a Switch or whatever, and was thinking about one of the new Xbox or PS5 or whatever, I would just be like, get a fucking Oculus instead. Get a Quest.
Oh.
Yep. Get a
It's like-
PC and an Oculus.
Or just get the Quest 2 has like a lot of shit on it that it's beefy enough to play a lot of stuff. There are a
Yeah,
few like
you're right.
full size games on there, but yeah.
Frank, I hate to segue super hard here, but can I see what you're sipping on again there? Now, did you guys see the new Twisted Tea hype? Did you see the viral?
Actually, go ahead.
I have seen the fallout and the internet reaction, but
But
I
you don't
have
know
no
what happened?
idea, no fucking idea what happened.
So we think we figured it out because we were the same. We were like, why is everybody talking about Twisted Tea again all of a sudden? And we had already seen the TikTok because Katie's on TikTok constantly. But I guess so. There's this guy, and he what is it? He like drops something at the register near the register in a gas station, and the other guy I think like kicks it away from him or something while he's down, just like being a douche, or maybe he's just talking shit. I can't remember. But the guy just like stands up and just fucking hits him with a can, and the can explodes. I mean, it's just like one of those like perfect hits. It sounds awesome, and just shit goes everywhere. And come to find out, it was a Twisted Tea. So I think it might be that video because that just went viral, and now everybody's got Twisted Tea on the mind again.
Okay. I did see a gun case in a gun store with a Twisted Tea inside of it.
Oh my god!
So I was just trying to figure out what the.
If you guys are playing, go ahead. But
No, it's just one of those internet things that I didn't understand, and I just want, like, coming into one of those things when you don't get it and it's already happening everywhere. It's kind of fun to just bask in the nonsense that rains down on you.
all right, I have to. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna. All right.
I found the full video.
Stop! No, don't watch it yet. I need to explain myself. Okay.
Explain.
I saw all this hype up about Twisted Tea and like people like buying it now and drinking it. I was like, dude, I used to drink that stuff and buy that stuff all the time, and then I don't buy it now because like people would make fun of me for like drinking Twisted Tea. This is because it's been out for a year, so like I stopped buying it since I worked at the gas station and this and that, and I don't buy it because like people will judge you. And then so I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna start drinking Twisted Tea again. But if you watch the original video, you're not understanding that this was used to fight racism.
Oh, is he being racist?
Yeah.
I just found it. I haven't watched it all, so I'll link it for Andrew.
I was
later.
out there buying this again, thinking I didn't watch or read the articles or anything about it. I just saw the meme. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna be a sheep and I'm gonna go start drinking Twisted Tea again. And then like I don't know, it's crazy.
So in the clip, what I saw was just like the 3 seconds. It was like he drops it, the other guy tries to kick it, obviously being a douche, but you don't really know the context of what's going on, and he just picks up that Twisted Tea and fucking bow, fucking hits him right upside the head. It's fucking really satisfying. But yeah, I'm excited to watch the full thing now. For the record, never liked Twisted Tea. Sounded awesome first time I tried it. It's got a lot of like lemony. It's got like a lot of lemon to it, doesn't it? It's more like an Arnold Palmer.
That's if you get the half and half, which is an Arnold Palmer with booze.
But even the normal doesn't. It's like a lot of the sweet teas that you buy at the store are like non-alcoholic shit, not twisted. But a lot of the sweet teas you buy at the grocery store, like even if they just say sweet tea, it tastes like fucking lemon. I don't know. I can't stand. I've never liked lemon in my tea. I don't even drink sweet tea that much. I've always just been a plain sun tea person. So whenever I get one of those like at the store, I'm craving some tea and it tastes like lemon, it just makes me want to fuck myself.
Wait until you meet oolong. Ugh.
Come on to New York, man. There's all kinds of bullshit, fancy artisanal teas out here that are not sweet. They do not taste good.
I don't need like artisanal tea. Mom would always do the sun tea. She put out a big glass pitcher
all
with
day. Yeah.
15 fucking bags of tea in it. And yeah, you just let it sit from the morning till the evening and then pour that bitch over ice. And it was fucking good. I just grew up drinking it like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like going to McDonald's every once in a while and getting a sugar tea because that shit is like liquid diabetes and tastes fucking amazing. You got a Slow Bro V, dude?
Slow Bro? Look at that.
How fucking dare... Now I gotta go get packed. Can't open a fucking pack without me.
Let me see. That's a real butte there.
I've opened 5 of them. Like, well, I found the thing where I can put it underneath the table and pull them.
Is that Galarian?
It's a Galarian Slowbro, full art.
Awesome. That's very cool.
Uh,
Is this what this podcast is?
no,
turned
it's
into?
not. No, for the next maybe 3 minutes, and then we're fucking done.
Okay, welcome to our podcast within a podcast. It's called Pokemon Corner, where
Called
we
Pokemon Cast.
where I watch 2 motherfuckers open Pokemon cards.
2 30-year-old men.
You're telling us that over in Brooklyn at the bodega down there, they don't have Pokemon cards?
They don't actually know. I can't go to a bodega and get Pokemon cards.
Oh.
What? Okay, but that Clefairy pretty fire though. Look at it. Look at the sun behind him.
No, apparently all Clefairies come from Clefas, and somebody thinks that Clefas are non-canon, so...
I didn't say that. I just don't. I don't particularly care for baby Pokemon. I think baby Pokemon are kind of horse shit.
Hey, do you think
Oh.
do you think that we should have planned Pokemon?
Oh my
Never
god.
mind. Never mind.
Do you wanna see some bullshit? I'll show you guys some bullshit.
Hey, that reminds
Speaking
me.
of
When you
baby
take
Pokemon.
Pokemon to the daycare and then you get an egg, that's fucking irresponsible.
Oh god. I can't believe this reverse holo I just pulled.
What is it? Is it another Slowbro?
It's a train. It's an escape rope. It's probably the best fucking reverse holo ever to get, though. Sorry you didn't get that, Hova.
What'd you get?
I can't tell you now. You have to watch the podcast.
So I indulged in some gambling before I left for my Christmas vacation. So this website was selling these like random Pokemon packs where you can get either a graded card or sometimes sealed vintage packs. $175 a box. And my dumb ass was like, I'll take 2. And so I got those earlier today and opened them. And speaking of bitch baby Pokemon, you guys ever seen?
I didn't say bitch, and also Minun is
That's not
not
a baby. It's not a baby Pokemon, you idiot. There's Minun and Plusle.
To me, it's a baby Pokemon. Actually, I do really like the holo print. Look at that. It's like all the energy types. Pretty cool. But it's a PSA 9, not 10, and it's pretty mega trash. I think I can get like $50 out of it out of the most. Paid 175. Go ahead.
Why? What is the point of a Pokemon like Minun and then having Plusle? It's like it's like Pokedex filler. Like you can't do
Yeah.
something cool where you trade them both at the same time and they evolve into something neat.
I like
like
to introduce you to the last 5 generations of Pokemon. Hey, there's a refrigerator
Totally fucked
Pokemon.
up.
There's a Pokemon.
It's literally
It's
everything.
literally garbage. There's literally a garbage
he's the
Pokemon.
best.
That is
He's the best.
that's the definition of a Pokedex filler Pokemon.
I mean,
sir.
they were out of ideas after the original base set. Like, what are you gonna do? I mean, I don't know. So, but I was actually pleasantly. I mean, I didn't get my 175 out of this one either. But
Of course not.
the child nerd in me was a little excited to see this. So
Whoa. Whoa.
the tops
The tops. Yeah.
foils.
Very nice.
Yeah. A Krabby. And this one is PSA 10, baby. Gem Mint PSA 10 Krabby. I might hold on to this one just for the lulz. This one's worth about $100, so obviously I overpaid on that too. But it's just cool that it's a PSA 10. It's got remember just reading the backs as a kid.
Do you remember
But
that
if you,
some of
tried to,
those?
if you tried to whip these out on the bus when everybody was showing off their Pokemon cards, you'd get beat up.
You get beat the fuck up.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
They're
do you
like,
remember
nah.
that some of those were textured? I'm pretty sure that some of the tops ones were actually textured.
Some of the foils, yeah, I believe so. There was like foils, and then there was like textured foils, I believe.
So go ahead.
I got nothing. Go what you got.
So did this past Christmas and New Year's season, did you guys have to wait in line and sit for anything?
Wait in line at a store?
Yeah, or anything just extreme having to be with the other sheep, the other cattle.
Yeah, dude. I live in Brooklyn, of course. I went to Target to try to get stuff. I went to Target on, I think it was Christmas Eve, to get stuff, and it was a fucking nightmare. It was a real mess. Also, like, all the shelves are empty. Lines are a million miles long. The whole shit. Because the Oculus I got was supposed to show up on the 23rd, and Best Buy did a whoopsie-doo, and I didn't get that shit until, like, almost the new year. Ruined Christmas.
Yeah.
But hey, that's cool. Hey, whatever.
I haven't had to stand in line for anything.
I didn't stand in line standing. Why?
I'm special.
No, I stood in a lot of lines after after Christmas and all that, and we started going around and stuff. There was one item that I tried to find, and I believe that as I was sending you pictures of like Pokemon cards that I was at like different Targets and shit, and then once I started to know what to look for, I didn't message you anymore because they were the same exact shit. I went to, I believe, 10, possibly 12 different Walmarts and Targets and GameStops and what was the other place we went to? Like two like small like places that sold electronics. And it took me that many times to get one of these.
A PS5 controller charger.
Yeah.
Listener.
Yeah.
Which you really needed.
Because I have two controllers now, and for some reason, I believe that I do have a bad batch PS5 where my front USB port will not fully charge something, even whenever it's turned on all the time. But other than that, I fucking love it.
Sony.
I know. They lost. Ooh.
They screwed the pooch, man.
They went down to the no-kill shelter in ski masks.
And killed.
We've done this too many times.
Oh, okay.
So you got a VR headset. I got a controller charger. Hobo, what did you get good for Christmas besides money? You didn't get anything else crazy?
Nothing too crazy. Katie got me a multi-tool hammer that says "Best Husband" on it. So that was pretty sick. My mom re-gifted. She found 9mm bullets, like 2 boxes of them, while she was moving out, and she was like, "I'm pretty sure they're yours anyways," but she wrapped them and gave them to me, and I was like, "Well, that's actually awesome because this shit's like through the roof right now. Like you can't find 9mm. It's all like 5 times over retail anyways." So that was cool. Yeah, I don't know. That's nothing crazy. Katie got a fucking bottle of Dom Perignon today from her job. Yeah, $200 bottle of champagne.
From her job?
Ooh,
yeah,
baby.
because they passed like $6 billion in sales or something stupid. So
I can't believe I almost forgot this, but y'all gifted me a copy of Cyberpunk. I've been playing a lot of it, and I've been enjoying the shit out of it. Even though
Frank tried not to let me pay for that, but I spent him cash. I sent him cash, and I sent him silver and gold for it. I said, "Fuck you, you're taking my money." Speaking of, I have stuff that I have packages that I'm working on that I keep adding shit to that I'm going to be sending out eventually. Is that actually vintage?
Oh no, there's no way. No,
That's some Hobby Lobby shit.
well, no. Well, it says made in China on it, so
Ah, shit. They don't bowl in China. Everybody knows that.
yeah, they bowl literally all across the world, dipshit.
No, they only play ping pong. I've seen Forrest Gump.
First off,
The disappointment in Andrew's face.
I'm fucking mad at you because you're so stupid. I'm mad at you because you're stupid.
Acceptable. I accept that.
so we had. I hate bowling so much, but I have to say something. I did not get a. Did you guys get a real New Year's Eve? Huh?
Yeah, we had a party. We had a party at Katie's parents'.
Well, yeah.
It was fun.
No,
We ate black eyed peas the next day and the whole shebang.
my wife was out of town doing some business shit, and me and my son were just chilling, playing video games. Eventually, I looked at my clock, and it was like 12:05, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
Dude, I've never done anything for New Year's until the last 2 years. We started going down to our parents for New Year's, so I totally get it. I used to not do anything. It was like that. It was like half the time you'd fall asleep at like 10, just not care. If you were up, you're like, oh, cool. I don't know. I've never had a family that really gave a shit or did anything.
Well,
there's only one holiday, and it's Halloween. Continue.
Yeah, it's Easter.
so we decided to do. They called them the hangover tournaments because January 1st, January 2nd, and January 3rd we had tournaments, like big tournaments. Like we had people flying in from across the country for this shit, and then a lot of locals and stuff. And man, I had to go to bed early, and I made a mistake though. And I got really drunk at the bar before on New Year's Eve. Imagine that. I swear.
You got drunk?
They overpour up there, I swear.
I didn't know you could.
But
I didn't know you could overpour to Frank the Tank.
Yeah, I know, but I left well before New Year's Eve, but oh man, that was not the plan. A lot of bowling here in Kansas City this weekend.
It happens, man.
Well, has anybody been playing any video games recently?
Always
What have you been playing?
playing shit. Play a bunch of Cyberpunk, man, which you missed my thank you for. I think you enjoy when you got up and took your headphones out.
Oh wait, did you thank me?
I did,
Yep.
but so far I put like 30 hours into it. I mean, I've put some miles on that road. It's fun.
I've got like 40 something. I love it.
All the VR shit too, you know.
Do you
The VR.
do you think that Cyberpunk should, as a game, it should be getting all the hate that it's getting, or do you think that it should be getting all the hate because of how they handled everything?
I think that the reason people should be pissed off is because CD Projekt Red has mishandled it like hilariously badly. You know, being shitty about like not giving out PS4 or Xbox One review copies
Beforehand, yeah.
and intentionally like hiding them, essentially.
Yeah.
Not being truthful about crunch, you know, just like all this different stuff that they have just like mismanaged badly. The game itself is fine. It's like, you know, if you've played a Bethesda RPG before, then you have played Cyberpunk basically. It's not breaking any new ground or anything. It's just a kind of fun open world RPG where you can fucking shoot people and jack into the Matrix or whatever.
Oh.
That's it. I mean, the bugs, same deal. If you played a Bethesda game, you've seen all these bugs before too.
Oh. I also want to say how much I hate GameStop, but I was at a GameStop and they gave me something. I didn't even. And the guy the whole time was trying to get me to create a GameStop account.
Like Groot?
And I wouldn't do it.
No, it's a samurai.
Is that the mask?
From Cyberpunk, you
Is
dorcas.
that the pick of destiny? What is that?
So,
I have a pick of destiny.
I will never ever go into a GameStop ever again if I don't have to. But I had to try to find a charger.
Got to check for them Pokemon cards, dude. GameStop carries them.
What?
I found a tin of hidden fates
Don't say that.
while I was down in Texas. I'm sorry, but it's true. It is true. And every once in a while they do like a buy one get one half off T-shirt sale, and they've got some pretty bitchin' T-shirts.
Yeah, I got a few of those rolling around my house.
Yeah, I like me some GameStop from time to time. I try not to give them any business if I don't have to, but
I support those indies. I support the small game stores.
goddamn right. You're goddamn right. Speaking of small game stores, so I went to, I think I've told the story on this podcast before, but back in the day, Game Exchange was our buy and sell used and new video games and DVDs and music, I think even. That was our store in our town that we all grew up in. And I went on the day one of the Xbox 360, got my got my hands on the 360 day one. They only got one console in, so I had to get there at like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, something crazy, make sure I was first in line.
In your Crown Vic.
I believe so. Yeah, it would have been my Crown Vic or the van. Probably the Crown Vic, though.
I think it was the van, because I don't think I knew you when you had the Vic.
Oh, really? Frank remembers the Vic.
I remember the
But, anyways, that was a game exchange. So we went on this trip to Texas, and my kids lost their chargers for their Game Boy Advances. They both have an SP. And so I just was searching like local game stores that would have, because I knew GameStop wouldn't have Game Boy Advance chargers. So I was like, I got to find like some mom and pop, and found Game Exchange. I was like, holy shit, there's a Game Exchange down here. Went in, sure enough, they had Game Boy Advance chargers, which I knew they would. $10, no big deal. I usually get the literally $3.64 chargers from China. They ship direct from Hong Kong. They take 3 weeks to get here. Work totally fine. I usually have a stash of them because I find a decent amount of Game Boy Advance during the summer, and I saw them all on eBay, and I just need chargers to go with them. Didn't have any. Was in Texas, obviously. So anyways, I picked up these 2 chargers. First one plugged in, started charging fine. The other one I plugged in, and it was like the light came on and then immediately went off. And it was like, okay, try to wiggle it. The light would come back on a little bit and then go off again. So it was just having a connectivity issue. Then the second one started doing it. So, because at first I was like, okay, the port might be messed up. My kids are rough on stuff. But now I'm wondering if it's the chargers, because both of them are doing it. And you have to do it. I mean, I would sit there and mess with it for 10 minutes. And if I'm lucky, I might get it to actually keep charging instead of just the light coming on and then immediately going off. So I'm a little disappointed. Game Exchange, wherever you're getting your Game Boy Advance chargers. Now I haven't proven my theory yet. I'm going to get 2 of the Hong Kong ones ordered and then test those. But yeah, I did support my mom and pop shop, and I actually bought a bunch. I don't know if you guys have ever played this game, but Exploding Kittens, the card game, you guys played?
I've never played it. I've seen it, but I don't really know much about it.
It is really fucking fun. So I played with my buddy John sometime last year. We were over there, and we're playing some board games the night before a Chiefs game, I think. And we were down in Texas with the family and everything, and so I was out and I saw Exploding Kittens. I was like, well, that'd be a fun board game for us to play, have some drinks. I picked it up. We played it that night. Her parents fucking loved it so much that I was like, okay, now I got to get the expansions, because there's 3 different expansions that have way better cards that you can play and stuff. So at Game Exchange, I bought all the expansions for Exploding Kittens. And if you guys haven't played that, highly recommend. It is a very good game. Much fun.
So I have to ask a question, though. So you stopped in that town to buy the chargers, but did you stop to a therapist or a psychologist to figure out why your kids keep eating the chargers?
No, because first of all, that's a European plug.
Oh, look at him. He knows.
So
he's been around.
Yeah, listen, the first time I went to Europe, I forgot to bring my travel charger, my adapter. And so I'm alone in Germany trying to find an electronics store. Find an electronics store within 4 blocks. Walk, eventually find it. And then I'm trying to find somebody that speaks enough English to help me find a fucking they were out. I had to end up going to another store. I eventually found one. It was a whole fucking thing.
Just
that would be
next
the
time,
charger.
I hate that charger.
Like that, next time you get stuck in that situation, all you have to do is get a roll of tinfoil and just wrap the prongs, and then just sort of bend them.
You just insert. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
No, do you remember?
Right after you wash your hands.
No, stop.
And don't dry them.
Yeah, don't dry.
Do you remember? All right, so here goes to 2 schools. First off, I hate that style of charger. I hate that thing.
Those are the ones that I get. Those are the ones that I get, and they work fine.
It's still a stupid charger design, anyways. It puts too much pressure on
flips
the.
Out?
No, not that. On the female end that actually connects to the device. It's a very poor design. Anyways, do you remember that there was a time in middle school and high school where people thought it was funny to literally stick? Did you do it? Did you do it? I never did it.
No, I'm not a.
Finish the sentence, please.
Yeah, for the listeners that don't know what we're talking about.
So back in middle school and high school, Joey and his other buddies thought it was funny to stick paper clips in outlets.
I mean, if somebody's gonna do it, I'm gonna watch and laugh. But I sure as shit wasn't partaking. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to know what's gonna happen whenever you stick a paper clip in a fucking electrical socket. Idiots. No, I never did that. I remember watching it happen but
multiple times. Like they were just like a monkey learning how you can start fire. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Well, because I think whenever I was younger, I've had those moments where you're like plugging something in and you do it a little like uncoordinated and you accidentally kind of you get a little zippity zap whenever you're plugging it in. You touch a little. I've had that, and like getting electrocuted is no fun. So
It's a little.
Whenever someone dares me to do so, probably
Really?
not.
It wakes you up better than a cup of coffee, I'll tell you that.
I did have a shock pin. You remember that? I think I got it from like
you
Silver
did.
Dollar City.
You had multiple ones, and we do.
I had the pole cap too. Yeah, so I had the shock pin, but I also had the one that when you took the cap off, it was loaded with a cap from a cap gun, and it would explode. That one was fun.
Getting electrocuted is more fun than getting burned. I'll say that.
Yeah, because burns last longer.
Yeah,
If you're gonna get hurt, then getting electrocuted is one of the best. One of the best.
depends on the severity of the electrocution. But
Because-
yeah, because
have you guys
most
ever
low grade
gotten-
electrocution.
You want to? You're not trying to fucking die.
Yeah, exactly. Most low grade electrocutions are like you just kind of get a numb, like oh, I don't know. It's just like a little surprise. Burns suck ass and they last.
Have you guys ever gotten an electrical burn?
Oh no,
Worst of
I
both
don't
worlds.
think so.
sounds terrible.
So
Yeah, I don't
once,
like that.
I forget. I was only messing with like a 208.
He'd be bopped.
Can I just tell you how disappointed I was to learn that if you get electrocuted in real life, you can't see your skeleton?
Oh yeah, like Home Alone style.
Every cartoon, and like Street Fighter led me to believe that if I was electrocuted, I would be able to see a skeleton.
Not editing that
bullshit.
shit out. One time I did get electrocuted by I think it was just like 208 or something like that. I ended up pissing my pants.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's when you know it's good.
Lost some bodily function. Yeah, but I see, and I deal with three-phase every once in a while, and sometimes shit happens. Sometimes, you get two legs of the three-phase that touch, and they make the magic fairy dust, and the smoke, and and they burn out $1,000 worth of electronics. Shit happens.
Electricity's scary, dude.
It is.
Thank you, Thomas Edison. All those elephants did not die in vain.
It's us meddling in God's domain. Do you think Zeus lives up on Mount Olympus and watches us with our electricity and it's just like, yeah, fuck these guys. I used to be the
They're
king of that
doing it
shit.
all wrong.
When I got back, my neighbor was pissed because we had a huge ice storm here, and I guess his power was out for like 9 hours after the storm came through, and he was like, "But you guys were fine." Like I'm right across the street from him, and my electricity was on the whole time, and for some reason his shit was out, so he was mad at me.
And he could see that you had like power and light and heat because everything was on, and he had none of it.
Yes,
That's not right.
When you left.
Yeah, I just had the fireplace going. We got a bad ice storm here. Did you guys get what? You guys got mostly snow in KC, right?
No, I probably got in some points it was well over it was pretty close to a quarter of an inch of ice in some spots. Yeah. And then it just continuously snowed all that day and snowed and snowed and snowed. But we redid the parking lot. I guess I didn't send you guys pics. Okay, yeah.
When did that come through? Did that come Thursday or Friday, something like that?
Thursday morning, night up here.
So I didn't get home till Sunday night, and there was still in my area a good half inch of ice on everything. I mean, there was like hardly any snow. It was just mostly ice. It was really bad. It seems like anymore that's like once a year here. I remember when we were younger. I remember not much ice and
No.
more snow.
Snow
Now
on
there's a lot less
Christmas?
snow. Yeah, now there's a lot less snow. Hardly any snow before. Like, if there's snow before January, it's like, what the fuck? Even though this year we got snow on like fucking October 5th or some dumb shit, and then it didn't snow again until
Halloween.
January.
We had Halloween.
Yeah. But we always get ice. We get ice bad.
The first time I saw an ice storm when I was a kid, and we lived in Kansas City, and like I'd never seen anything like it before. It was like completely ridiculous. We had to like walk the dogs because we were staying with a relative, I think, at the time, and then like trying to walk the dogs on the lawn with like it just keeps falling through the sheet of ice.
Yeah, yeah.
It like covered everything. I remember like the night that it was like really coming down too. We just kept hearing these super loud like sounds.
All the limbs falling on power lines and shit.
Yeah, basically, and like you'd see a like a lightning flash in the sky,
Right?
And we were like, of course, I was like a child. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. My mom didn't know what was going on, but it was wild.
Yeah, the first ice storm that I experienced scared the shit out of me because you probably know that it's just it almost sounds like gunshots. Like you'll just be sitting in your house and you start hearing these loud pow, like just it's just limbs breaking underneath their own. So for people that, I don't mean to like not mansplain, but whatever that would be, I don't know. Some of you guys probably don't live in areas where you get ice storms. So an ice storm is basically just when it's not quite cold enough for it to be sleet or snow, but as it hits things, it freezes. And it happens so bad here that you literally get a half inch of ice on everything. Power lines, every little twig, even blades of grass. Like every single blade of grass has a half inch of ice on it. So you can imagine how much weight builds up.
You try to get into your car, but it's like everything is completely sealed.
Yeah.
It's like it's basically impossible.
You throw your shoulder into it.
Yeah. So basically, you've got trees outside. There's just thousands of trees that are building up all that weight, and they break underneath their own weight, and it literally it's terrifying. It sounds like you're in a fucking war zone. You hear all these like creaks and cracking and loud, like it almost sounds like gunshots. Some of the limbs that break, it's fucking nuts. So if you don't live in the Midwest, you might not understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I have a story.
Tell us.
This is going to lead into another story. There was one time that we were up in the house at Andrew's place. Right. Do you remember that we had really bad snow and ice?
Oh, sorry.
And then we walked around the entire town, and like I kept slamming my head into the stop sign with all the ice on it.
All the ice.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
We just went walking to just fuck around in the ice because it was so crazy.
So here's a side story to that. Is one time me and some buddies about 7 or 8 years ago were driving from KC to St. Louis, and then on the way back, I decided we're gonna take the back roads. So off of I-70, I think we took the Sweet Springs exit, and we ended up down in Houstonia. And one of them, and I told them that same exact story, and one of them stole one of the stop signs in Houstonia.
Nice.
During an ice storm around Christmas time, and I don't know. I thought that I may have had that stop sign because I think they gave it to me at one point, but they didn't. They still probably.
I also remember. I don't know if it was the same storm, but I remember I was hanging out with. I don't think it was because I think I was staying at Josh's house. You guys remember Josh, right?
Yeah.
Lived a few blocks from Andrew. I was staying at his house, and a big ice storm came through. And remember, he was driving the Festiva, the Ford Festiva, a tiny little Matchbox car. And I remember we went out and we're fucking around in the ice, and he ditched it. And
we all got out.
Literally
and
got
took
out.
like 4 people to pick it up.
No, I'm pretty sure Josh and I did it alone. Like a Ford Festiva, if you guys have never seen one, Google it real quick. It's literally the size of my ass. It's not that big. We like picked up the front end. The tires are like legitimately this big on them. Like it's ridiculous. And we just kind of picked up the front end, put it back on the road, and drove off. And I'll never forget that because it was the funniest shit. We're like, oh fuck, we ditched it. What are we gonna do? Oh well, we'll just get out and pick up the car and put it back on the road.
I remember us once there was like a real crazy snow, and I think you guys were staying at my house. Joey, I think you ended up staying there for like a week.
Yeah. Because I got
snowed in.
Yeah, it was like impossible to go anywhere. It was just too much fucking snow. And then at one point we did try to go out of town with Josh, I think. And it was like you and your van and Josh and his fucking little Geo Metro ass. Fucking little hatchback.
So many good times.
Trying to drive through like 2.5 feet of snow. It was pretty funny.
Was that the year that it was like, what was it? It was like leading up to Christmas break. So we had that week where we had to go to school like Monday and Tuesday, and then we had off Christmas break, but it snowed like that Friday. And so it came Monday and it was like school's canceled. And then Tuesday it got canceled again.
We
so we just got like
2 weeks.
Extended super long. Yeah. And my mom never gave a shit anyway. She was like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't care. So yeah, I just lived at your place until like the snow melted. Then eventually went home. Probably wearing the same fucking clothes for a week and a half. Sleeping on the fucking couch.
You
and
definitely
then just wake up and start playing games on the same couch.
You definitely stayed at his place longer than I did. I only stayed there like max like maybe 2 or 3 days, but there were times whenever you stayed there for a lot longer.
I did that everywhere, dude. I grew up in a fucking cardboard box, man. Any excuse I had to like stay somewhere else, I took it. I did the same thing at Jeff's place. I was there all the fucking time. That basement was my second, like Andrew's room and that basement at Jeff's house were my second homes.
And we did those LAN parties down there in his basement. Yeah.
Yep. Josh's house too, but not near as much as Andrew and Jeff's. Luckily, my mom didn't give a shit. I remember legitimately leaving Andrew's on school nights at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and driving home.
Yeah.
And then I'd wake up at like 7:30 when my alarm went off, and school started at 8, but it was like gym or weightlifting or something was my first hour, or something stupid.
Yeah, and
so I was like, I don't need to be there till like 10. I'll be fine.
I would go in there and I would be baked as fuck. I'll be like stupid high, like extremely high, very high. And my first 2 classes were like woodworking 1 and 2, or woodworking 2 and 3, or whatever it was. Like me, baked as shit, obviously smelling a weed
with power tools.
With fucking power tools. And he would have me finish up other people's shop projects.
Good times.
You got skills. You got a skill set.
I have to make a funny joke. I tried to do something really funny yesterday. Really, it wasn't against you, Andrew. It was against him.
Oh, God.
And this is how I know that my PS5, for some reason, I can't stream anymore on it. And I think it's either the PS5 or our accounts on the Gravy Wheel stuff. But I downloaded this and I tried to start to play it yesterday. And it was going to be titled...
What is that one?
It was on the PS3 or the PS4. But obviously got put on PS4. Baby. Yeah.
Is this like the third-person RPG one or whatever?
No.
Platformer. Shitty as ever.
The Woolies Strike Back. I'm fucking looking this shit up.
You can play it on your PS5, just so
it's
you know.
It's on Steam.
Bubsy is who you get when Garfield won't return your calls.
Well, first off, we don't know.
Wait, it was a PlayStation 4 game?
Yeah.
What?
I got it, baby. I got it. And so I tried to stream it and it wouldn't stream, and I was going to be like, Hova, let's plays Bubsy. And this is a callback to like episode 3 or 4 of the Gravy Wheels podcast. But if you don't get it, fuck you. Maybe you should listen to all of them and be a real fan.
I think we titled the episode Bubsy.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm gonna have to look into that.
But also,
I didn't realize they brought him back.
I started playing something else last night.
Oh, God. I'm going to fly into the Midwest, and you're going to have to pick me up in the airport, and I'm going to be wearing a Bubsy fursuit.
I'm okay with that. That's totally fine by me. Totally fine by me.
Did you start playing fucking Kingdom Hearts, Frank?
I played it. I don't know if it was like 2002, 2003, 2004, but I played through like the first one, and I really liked it because it's basically Final Fantasy and Disney.
I remember you talking about it back in the day when we were in school.
I never bought any of the games, but I was like, wait, I can get that for like dirt cheap? I think I only spent $10 to get this shit on the PlayStation somehow. You look up online, like the version I have is like, I think like $75.
Is the one you have the one that's like a collection? Because didn't they like remaster all the PS2 ones?
Over and over and over again. Every time they re-release it, they remaster them.
Damn.
Classy.
So it's everything so far. It's like the complete collection.
That's too much shit.
And I hate to admit it, but I'm probably going to be playing a bit of this. And it's horrible because it looks like you're playing it on like a PS2 on a PS5, so.
Fine. I wish that they would just straight up drag and drop a bunch of games from that. I don't need fancy graphics. Like, even if you plug something... If you have a game from that era and you just render it at 1080p or whatever, it'll still look... I mean, it'll still look blocky and shit, but it'll look fine.
Right.
Like, there's so much stuff from that era that I would love to play again. That is just like, is just gone.
I mean, I think with certain games, they should prioritize, like, controls, you know? I mean, there's a bunch of those games that would probably... Because, you know, me being more from, like, the shooter background, there's a bunch of those games that would probably be really cool to go back and visit that don't necessarily need much of a visual upgrade as far as just, like, being able to control the fucking game. Because you try to go back and play, like, Red Faction or Turok or, you know, some of that kind of weird shit from that era, and what takes you out of it is, like, this feels like dog shit, you know? Just make it feel good on current day tech. I'd play the fuck out of it.
Yeah. The controller schema is completely fucked up for comparing it, like playing anything on an original PlayStation controller or like a N64 or anything like that and playing it on like something new. Like, I can't play the Super Mario Sunshine without the GameCube controller. I can't do that with a Switch controller. It really fucks me up.
Yeah.
Like
see, luckily that's all I knew. So
yeah, see,
I went through and beat that game, and I had a great time, and it was a lot of fun. But I didn't know any different. You know, I never experienced it on a GameCube controller, luckily. So, but I think they've patched stuff since then to make it. There was some issue where like it was forced inversion, or you couldn't invert it, or something, and I think they've patched that since, or something how you aim the jets.
The issue is that there was pressure sensitivity on the triggers, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, Frank?
Well, that and then the inversion. There's an inversion issue too.
Oh.
And then
the weird thing is that Switch has actual support for analog triggers like that, but the controllers that they have made for the Switch, the first-party controllers, none of them have analog triggers. So, like, I have a 8-bit controller around here somewhere that does have analog triggers, and they work on the Switch. It's like it has that functionality. It's just like their shit doesn't support it.
That's dumb.
It is dumb.
I think there was something about aiming the water, the jet stream.
yeah, there was, yeah.
You had to like hold something to aim it, and on the GameCube controller it was a little bit more intuitive, I guess.
I tried to play it New Year's Day and it was still garbage, no update, and I put it back down. I had to deal with other stuff. But man, 2020 is a recap. 2020 was a really shitty year though for everybody and everything, right? I mean, it was.
I mean, I can't complain too much. Personally, I had a pretty good 2020, so, but it was pretty shit overall for most people.
By and large, yes.
Yeah.
But it's all. Again, it's just not going to get any better. It's just all going to get worse until we all burn to a cinder.
Pretty much.
But that being said, let's fucking just shovel the last couple bits of fucking dirt on fucking 2020 and start talking about 2021. Do you guys know of anything big coming out that you're really excited for in 2021? Both of you. Stuff that we haven't talked about, just anything that's really exciting you about 2021. New year, new you.
Watermelon flavored Mountain Dew.
Oh, wait, stop. It's a joke. Sorry. Are they making... Really? That probably tells what Andrew's talking about.
Probably. I was going to say some bullshit.
What are you excited about in 2021?
I'm excited about the same games that I was excited about to come out in 2020 that didn't come out in 2020 because of fucking 2020.
Halo.
I want to play Sports Story. Sports Story is at like the top of my list. I don't. Did either of y'all play Golf Story?
I don't think so.
It was a Switch game that is like I don't know if any of y'all played one of the old. It was like a Game Boy Mario Golf game, and it had like a whole story to it, where it was kind of like an RPG too, and like you had to do all kinds of stuff. You had to do like tasks for people and yada yada. It fucking ruled. And Golf Story is like the same kind of deal. You basically play like a golf RPG. You go play all these different courses, do quests for people and stuff. The writing's really fucking funny. The golf itself is pretty fun. And now they're doing a version that encompasses more than just golf. And like I'm really excited for that. Legit hyped.
So it's got like a 32-bit theme.
16.
Like 16-bit, yeah.
16-bit. Huh.
I'm excited for that. Windjammers 2.
Looks interesting.
Shut up. They're making
Windjammers 2.
they're
Motherfucker.
They are?
Yeah. It's got hand-drawn graphics. Looks amazing. I can't wait.
Oh,
I fucking love Windjammers.
God.
Didn't they just re-release the first one not too long ago?
Yeah, they did. It was one of those games that nobody knew anything about until it suddenly like blew up on GGPO, and then like people were playing it on emulation and stuff, and then had like a weird revival.
Huh.
It rules, man. Fucking love it.
What's got you excited about 2021, Hova?
Halo Infinite, once it comes out 3 years from now.
Oh, that really go ahead, but that's a bummer.
I don't know. I mean, I can't even really think of anything else, to be honest.
Are they going to release any Series X games this year?
Probably not. I think they're waiting until 2023.
Hellblade 2?
Huh? Hellblade 2?
Hellblade 2 should be this year. Hopefully. It was supposed to be 2020.
All right, so I tried to play the first
one. When are they going to
Huh?
No bueno?
Did I not tell you that I started to play that?
Oh, I don't think so, no.
Hellblade Senua's Saga or something like that, right?
Senua's Sacrifice, yeah. The second one is Senua's Saga.
Yeah, no. So I started to play the first one. I'm like 3 hours into it, and I got really upset the first time that I died. And then it told me how everything else was going to work out every time it takes over, and then you're done. So that put extreme stress on how I played the rest of the game. And that's all I got to say about it, because I'm not going to. That's a good one that I'm not going to spoil. But everything about it was very. No, I did not finish. Shit, shut up.
Okay.
No, I got to a point like 3 hours in, and I'm like, I'm done with this. This is nope.
It's like a top 3 all-time game for me. I fucking love that game.
Everything about it is good, except for there's one part of the mechanic that scares me, and I didn't read any spoilers.
I mean, the game is, what, 4 years old at this point? 3 years old?
No, I don't want to hear anything about it. The fuck, it's a horrible game. It's bad. Is it even really a game?
It's a great game. Let me get on my soapbox here for a minute, because I think that video games as a medium are being wasted by and large. We have access to this incredible storytelling medium that we're kind of just stealing the way movies tell stories to tell stories in. Because so much of like video game storytelling now cribs liberally from film and television. You know, you have the same sort of narrative arcs, you have the same sort of like camera moves and stuff. There's very little, I want to say, like like invention for telling stories that suit the medium. But I think the Hellblade is one of the few games that does a really fucking good job of telling a story in a way that a movie can't actually do. It's a story that works better as a game than it would work as anything else. And like there just aren't that many games that I can say that about. I think it's really fucking cool.
I'm not trashing it. I'm just saying that it's gotten to me to a point where I don't want to play it because it really puts me through like actual real emotional shit.
That's totally fair because it's a game that deals with a lot of really heavy shit. Like if you don't know anything about the game, it is heavily based around the idea of like mental illness. The main character Senua suffers from like various forms of psychosis, and like as you play through the game, especially if you play with headphones on, you are constantly hearing her voices talk to you. And the way that they've recorded the audio is really spatially interesting. So it sounds very, very immersive. It sounds like you have these voices sort of running past you and talking to you all the time as you're like going through the game. And it's really fucking unnerving.
Jesus.
And like I know Ninja Theory did a ton of research into like how this type of illness has affected people, and they tried really, really hard to get it right. And the fact that it's hard to play through for a lot of people is a testament to the job they did. But they took it really seriously, and it's really, really good. But
basically, Frank was too high to play through it.
It's not a game you can play on substances.
Along with Prey. We'll put Prey and that game together. You live and you learn. Did you guys play Quantum Break?
I did, yeah.
I played like halfway through that game. It was really interesting with all the live action cutscenes, and it was kind of a, if I remember correctly, it was a game that based on your decisions totally changed the outcome. I don't think I played all the way through it, but it was really interesting to see. Like, I mean, there was like 15-minute live action cutscenes. The
whole game was based around the idea of episodes.
Right.
And some of the episodes did have like, there were long moments where you were like, oh, that's this guy's from The Wire, and also this guy's from The Wire, and they're acting their faces off.
It was pretty cool. It wasn't like my favorite thing ever. I didn't even finish it, but it was different. It was definitely something new. It's always nice to see somebody come in and try something different.
I played that after I played Control. Because when I played through Control, I was like, oh, I have to play everything that Remedy has ever made now. Because this game is fucking cool. And I love the storytelling in that too, the universe building and all that shit. But I went back and played like Alan Wake and Quantum Break and Max Payne.
Alan Wake, Quantum Break was a game originally was envisioned as a sequel to Remedy's previous game, Alan Wake.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Wow.
Huh. Interesting.
And Control has DLC tie-in that has to do with Alan Wake as well. If you haven't played that yet, I really recommend it. It's good.
I got it free on something. I need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't you talking about how much you liked Alan Wake like recently?
Because of that Pacific Northwest feel, like whenever it's nighttime and you're out in the woods and the flashlight and doing all that, and just really how they built the atmosphere of like being in like a lumber yard in like Oregon or Washington State, wherever, and how really well they pulled it off kind of in some parts of it.
Yeah. I think it might have been because we were talking about like Deadly Premonition at the time too. It's like the other side of that coin. The campy dumb side of that coin.
Would you guys like some police brand cigarettes? It's all that I smoke.
The squirrels in that game sound like monkeys.
I'll take your word for it.
You should do a let's play of that. You'll fucking
Of what?
hate it. Deadly Premonition.
Not familiar.
It's great. Video games don't get to do that thing where like they're so good, they're so bad that they're good. A bad game is typically just a bad game, and it's not fun to play. But Deadly Premonition somehow figures out how to pull that off. It's a bad game that comes around to being good.
Like Radical Heights.
Kinda, yeah. No, but like Not like Radical Heights. You can still play Deadly Premonition.
True. Yeah.
What's going to be the best in 2021? What's the biggest shooter, Hova? Is it Halo or is there anything else? Huh?
Probably not. If I had to put money on anything, it would not be Halo. I would like it to be, but I doubt it. I mean, it's probably going to be Call of Duty again. I feel like anymore. I don't know where Fortnite lies anymore, to be honest. But I feel like Call of Duty has the reins again, even though like a lot of people have the perception of Call of Duty being trash, and even though it kind of is, they're still breaking records like every year. It's like, oh, the most sold Call of Duty ever, or whatever. The most earning, at least. I don't know if it's most sold, but they're still doing very well with Call of Duty. So I would like it to be Halo, but
Well, I mean, isn't this the year Warzone came out in 2020?
yeah.
And Warzone was fucking massive. It still continues to be massive. So
Yeah, and I think I think Warzone carries Call of Duty right now, currently. So,
yeah.
I mean, even with the new one, you've got it's still the battle royale of the newest Call of Duty is still Warzone. You know, the way that they structured it. So
yeah. It's funny how those games talk to each other. Like you can unlock shit for one by playing the other.
it's really weird.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Something so new. Yeah.
My prediction is that whatever the Destiny 2 expansion is this year will be the best shooter.
Oh,
Sure.
great. Now we have to start playing that shit again.
I haven't touched the
The
whatever
latest
the
one.
called.
I know you haven't because you haven't dragged me into it.
And I will.
And
I do.
you will, because we will.
What? Yeah. I don't even know what's on the radar for like AAA games this year.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, whenever you guys brought up, what are you excited for 2021? I'm like, I have no fucking idea. The only thing I know is Halo Infinite, and that's just because it got delayed a year.
Are we gonna get Breath of the Wild 2 this year?
Ugh, I don't even want that. I want something different than that.
Fuck you.
It was good. It was great. It was amazing. But let's go a different direction now. Now that they've proven that they can make good games for them.
I don't know.
That's like the best open world Zelda game there is. Let's really do a phase shift on it. I don't know.
It's one of the best open world games there is. Period. IMO.
Same here.
Do I?
I agree with that statement. I will not argue with that.
Can we get a fucking new Mario Kart game? We can't do this. We're at an hour and 5 minutes. I'm gonna be here forever if I start talking about Mario Kart.
I'm doing all
Mario
the video.
Kart.
I'm doing everything. I'm doing all of it. It doesn't matter.
Mario Kart does need to happen. Nintendo needs to step the fuck up. Yeah, the Super Mario 3D collection or whatever was cool, but
Where the fuck is Metroid Prime Collection and Metroid Prime 4? Where the fuck?
Didn't they tease that or some shit?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Where the fuck is F-Zero?
Okay,
Where's
now
Captain
that one is
Falcon?
kind of fucked up. We've been waiting a long time for a real F-Zero game. When was the last time on that? The GameCube? F-Zero
Yeah.
GX or something like that?
Yep. I think there was one in the arcade as well, but
What about Star Fox? Wait, no one played that.
there was a
was that?
Star
That
Fox
was
game that
Wii U,
came
right?
out. The last Star Fox that came out was called Starlink Battle for Atlas or whatever the fuck.
And it wasn't just on all Nintendo platforms.
It wasn't actually a Star Fox game, but Star Fox was in it.
Yeah, it's shh.
When did that come out though?
It's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Have you been opening Pokemon cards this entire time, Frank?
No, I'm sorting them right now.
Yeah. we need to go then.
Oh god.
I got like some pretty good pulls on this one here, Hova. I'm doing these
Oh,
off
yeah?
screen though. Nobody cares.
Show us your hits.
I'm really proud of this guy.
Go fucking hot ass Galarian Slowbro. Look at him.
That is pretty badass. Let's be honest.
Full art foil, and then I don't even know what the fuck that full art is. That one's, who knows? It's
Half green
trash.
screen, so.
Thank you to Javelin for the use of their song Soda Popinski as our little intro ditty. We appreciate that.
Thank you to everybody that listened to all our episodes. Just in general.
Yeah.
What are we on? Episode like
Fuck, I don't know.
32 or something like that, I think.
it's a lot of weeks, man.
Can't be bothered.
We didn't record one single week since we started this. I'm fairly certain. Even throughout the vacations and the traveling around and everything, I think we only missed 1 week.
Yeah.
Sounds right to me.
There was 1 week where you did kind of a solo
double?
episode.
Oh
But that was
yeah,
it.
that's right. Whenever I did Whoa.
Otherwise, you're pretty consistent.
We've
As long
been
as you count the YouTube version and not the audio version.
Yeah, shout out to Nate if he's listening. He's always hitting me up. He's like, "Yo, when's the next episode?" I'm like, "I don't know. Talk to Andrew."
Anyway. Who wants to say something here? Get this over with.
Bubsy.